Hi everybody, my name's Blair Berndes and I'm here with Melanie.
Hi guys.
And we're gonna do a fun little spring tutorial. We're gonna bring in some pinks, monochromatic. We're gonna give her a really beautiful, glowy, dewy skin with a bitten lip that's a little rosy.
Ooh,
so stay tuned to see the final product.
Yay! All right, let's get started.
Okay, so I'm starting with this Charlotte Tilbury Youth Boosting Foundation, and this is number 4, glowy, dewy. It's gonna give her a nice coverage while still letting her skin be seen. It will have great coverage. I'm gonna make it a little tan. I've started a little bit so you can kind of see the glow, but I am making it a tad darker. So I usually start in the center of the face and I work outwards because the center of the face is where we have the most pigmentation. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna have Melanie lift her neck. If you can see, she's got like a little circle of lightness where the sun doesn't ever see. So I always do a little bit of blending and then I go right into that little circle right there on the neck just to make sure everything is cohesive. Always go up. So I have this product called Redo by Beauty Blender, and what I'm gonna do is I am gonna spray it on the Beauty Blender and then I'm gonna set her face.
Oh, so this is like what you put on after you do the foundation.
So you do the foundation, and then you take the Beauty Blender, and to blend and set, I'm going in with the Beauty Blender sprayed with the Refresh.
Does it kind of mattify the makeup a little bit?
It does a little bit of both. So it kind of like sets it into the skin so it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's gonna last for a long time, but you're still super glowy looking, which is what we want.
Yes. It's super light.
Yeah, blend up and out. Don't forget the corners of the nose. And we have this magic. It's Becca. It's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. And I do a little pump. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the areas of her face that I want to look highlighted. So we're gonna do it on the brow bone, and then I'll blend that in.
Ooh, that looks really pretty.
We do it a little bit on the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend all of this so it's kind of sun-kissed, tan de Chanel. And so it's pretty much just like a bronzy mousse, and you just use kind of like a small brush. And now I'm gonna do the contour part. So now the trick is to start right where the top of your ear kind of starts, and you kind of wanna blend down to the middle of the cheek. I never like to go too far in because I'm not trying to connect to the mouth. You want it to be super natural. See how easy that just kind of went on? And then I kind of go a little bit along the hairline just for that nice bronzy glow.
Is this one color that anybody could use?
It's only one color.
Okay.
That is it. So
great.
let's say you're a little tanner. You probably would do multiple layers.
Okay.
Right? So do you see how easy that
And
was?
what brush are you using for this?
So I'm using a Natasha Denona brush,
Okay.
which she actually just started being at Sephora.
Okay.
And it's just a small domed brush because I want it small so I can really concentrate in that area.
Certain area, yeah.
And then I go a little bit. It's spring. I want you to look fresh. So we're going a little bit along the forehead. So we kind of got that bronzy look now.
Love it. Looks so pretty. And natural. Not too...
Okay, so next is the cream blush by NARS, which I love. This color is called G-Spot. Gotta love their names. And I'm using a domed brush. And I'm just gonna go a little bit on the apples of her cheeks, so I don't go past the middle of her eye. And then we kind of just brush it up. I just want the tiniest amount. I really don't want a lot because I'm gonna do a little pinkier of a color later, but I just kind of want that like that flush on her. So next is this NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, and I'm obsessed with it. You literally can go to bed with this product having eyeshadow on, and your eyeshadow will be on the next day. The key is not too much, so that's how much I'm putting on. You can either put it on with your finger. I'm putting it on with just a cream brush applicator. That's what I meant to say. It's pretty colorless. Okay, you guys, starting with Bamboo. So this color is just like maybe a shade darker than her skin color. And I do this just to kind of do a wash because powder goes on top of powder easier. So it's kind of my base. And this is from MAC Cosmetics.
So do you suggest to always start with a base color? Like a nice, like neutral?
Yes. Because
to kind of get the redness or the pink or blue out of your lid.
I like it because I feel like it just sets a nice base. Again, no redness, no veins.
Yeah.
And when it's either your bare skin or just the primer, sometimes it kind of skids when you put on eyeshadow, and I like. Okay guys, next we're at the Kim K palette. This is Selfish. It's kind of like a pinky rosy color. So I'm going to use a flat brush, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that on her lids. So go ahead and close for me. I'm just going to tap it on. So this will really bring out the color of her eyes. And it'll be great for spring. And I'm just tapping it on, you guys. I don't want this color to be super strong. I kind of want it to be like a fun little color that will add some gleam to after. Okay guys, so now with the fluffy brush I used originally, I just kind of dabbed that a little bit in the pinkish color. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a little fan motion just to soften the edges in her crease. I don't really want it in the crease, but I just want to soften it. So it's more of a wash on her eye, so it's very soft, versus a strong line of where it ends. I feel like spring is gonna be really soft. Even the smoky eyes for spring are gonna be really soft. Okay, so now I have this NARS palette, which I'm obsessed with. It's Ignited, and there's all these little colors right here. I'm gonna use this one. It's a little pinky peachy, so I am just gonna place that in the center of her eye and the inner corner for just some. So this is where it starts to get fun, you guys. Because we're doing, so now it's just added a little pop on her. So fun! We're putting into the pink blush, which I will incorporate on her cheeks, but first we're gonna put this on her eyes. We're gonna put this just in the inner corner.
So we were talking a little bit about like where I would wear this look, and I think it would be really good for like a daytime event or a luncheon.
A luncheon.
I'm going to a charity fashion show in a couple weeks. I think it'd be good for that, and then also a date night or just a dinner out. It's a little bit more dramatic than my everyday, but not too over the top, which I really like.
A little bit of eyeliner. I'm actually only going to do it on the last half of her eye, the second half, from the middle to the end, and I'm going to do a little flick because I still want it to be, very feminine looking. So I'm going to have her close. This is Dior waterproof eyeliner in Intense Brown. So I'm just really kind of pushing it into the lashes.
I'm in need of a new eye pencil.
The good thing is,
this something you could use every day too?
Every day. And then I love it because the end
it's got the little brush or the little thing.
Has the little thing. So literally with just the brush, I was able to just make a little flick at the end.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because I've been using a brush for a long time.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's also very time consuming to use the brush.
And I don't want this look to be perfect, right?
Right.
I kind of want it to be a little effortless.
And I love that it's waterproof.
Okay, so concealer time, yay. So now we're gonna do, yay.
Much needed.
YSL All Hours Concealer in number 3. And you can use your hand, I'm using a brush, and where I like to apply it is kind of right along the bridge of the nose. Then I like to go around this ocular area, and then I like to build up versus starting right here because I feel like that's going to be too heavy. Now everybody. Now we're going to use the Bobbi Brown highlighter, and the color is Afternoon Glow. It's kind of a little bit pinker, which is why I chose it for this look today. I want it like to have a little pink tint. So I'm actually going to start with the inner corners of her eyes.
Okay.
Right here. And then I'm going to have you look up with your eyes open. There you go. And then I'm gonna do a little bit on the Cupid's bow. So just right there. So just even like hitting in that like little spot right there, just to really like brighten her eyes just a little bit more. We're just gonna do the tip of the nose, a little bit up here. And then with a fan brush, I'm gonna go through and just highlight her just a little bit more. Because again, this is kind of like a dewy, highlighted look that I really want on her. So now I'm about to do blush, you guys. So I'm actually gonna use 2 colors. The first one is a Bare Minerals. It's called Strike a Rose. So this will go a little bit more along her cheekbone part of her cheek. And then Tom Ford Frantic Pink, which is a pinky peach. That will just be a little, like just a little flick of brightness on her apple. I would rather have you build a cheek color than put it all on at once. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you always mix colors?
Always. I never use one.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so again, so this is just going up her cheekbones, right? And turn to the other side for me. So do you see how the main color is just right here? And now I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna have, make that smirk, and we're just gonna lightly over the apple, just bring a little bit of brightness there. Just because I don't want it to be super, super dark on the apple. I feel like that's a little dated. And it's a little dated just to drag blush up, but just to have it really be flushed. Okay, so now with this small little precision Chanel brush and Selfish by the KKW Classic Palette, I'm gonna just line under her with shadow. Look up for me. I'm kind of patting it so it's not too strong. I just want a little bit. And this is just to add to like the softness of it. Now look up for me. And I'm just going along the bottom lash line to the inner corner, but I'm not overlapping with the inner corner. So now I'm going to use Laura Mercier translucent powder on just the areas that I either want to set or I want to not make look too oily. So usually,
I like that you're using a small brush. I tend to always use a big brush, but that makes more sense.
So when you use the big brush, you're kind of moving everything that I've lightly placed on your skin. So look up for me. I'm just gonna do a little bit on this inner corner. I kind of like to do the inner cheek. I don't like it when the inner cheek looks too greasy, and I feel like it almost lifts it a little bit. Look up for me. And I do a little bit on the tip of the nose, a little bit under the nose because that gets red, and a little bit around there. I just do a little bit above the eyebrows too. Okay, so now mascara. My favorite is Thrive Cosmetics. It's Liquid Lash Extension Mascara.
Where do you find this?
Look down for me. You find this at thrivecosmetics.com. I just really like it. Like, literally, you'll have this mascara on all day. So my first bit, I'm gonna tell you how I do mascara, guys. So the first bit is I wiggle at the root to make sure I get everything, right? And then that helps the initial lift, right? So just like, almost like I did another layer of eyeliner. Then I go through and I start to work on the tips of the lashes in the middle. And oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys something. It comes off really, really easily from the skin.
Oh, that's good.
At night, all you have to do is just wash it, and it literally comes off in tubes, which I love.
Nice. My friend also uses this and loves it.
Yeah, it just doesn't ever come off.
That's great. So no flaking.
So no flaking, no nothing. Yeah. And then look up for me. Just gonna dot the bottom. So I kind of tap the bottom when I do bottom mascara instead of pulling it through.
So which pencil are you using for this?
So I'm using this Dior Brow Styler in 1. It's the blonde shade, but I'm definitely getting in there. So between that one that I just did and then this one, right? If you guys can see the difference.
Such a difference.
Yeah, brows make a really big difference.
I cannot leave home without an eyebrow.
Yes. Okay, so I'm starting this one. I kind of like to go with the strokes of the hair, however they may be. So these ones all go up. So I want to make sure to go up, right? And so then when I get over to these ones all go down. So I want to make sure to go with the stroke of the hair and go down. And then I'm just kind of following that line I left over here.
And what shade are you using?
I'm using 1, but then I'm also going in with a little bit of a darker shade from Chanel to kind of get what was under there was skin, right?
Right.
And skin is hard to, sorry, got a little hair, little eyebrow hair. Skin, I feel like you always have to use a little bit of a darker shade because using the blonde shade, I'm using the blonde shade on your physical hair, right? So when you go on your hairs, you want it to be lighter. If you're going on your skin, you want it to be the same color as your hair. I know that kind of sounds weird. So yeah. Okay guys, we made a decision that we actually wanted to make this a little softer. And I'm loving this color on her. So this
really
is
pretty.
Tori by Kevin Aquan. Here we go, there it is. It's a liquid lipstick. So it's gonna dry matte. But look at how beautiful that looks on her. I think it's a little softer than the bright pink. We both decided we wanted the nude, so we had her take it off. But you'll see both. Okay, so I'm gonna top it with my favorite lip gloss. This is Tom Ford in Tawny Pink. And we're actually just gonna put this a little bit just on the middle.
Oh, I love that.
Just for a little change in texture. More. I always want more, you guys. I can't help myself. But it's super, super glossy. So that's why, yeah.
Perfect.
Look how pretty that is.
Love. That is the perfect lip to complete this look.
Yes.